2 weeks before the A-Level exams, Glenn Ang was panicking over his economics and physics paper. The 18-year-old had failed his preliminary examinations and was unprepared for the main event. But at Innova Junior College, Glenn had something that most other junior colleges don't. Tan Yi Liang and Ong Shu Yi. These two students would situate themselves outside the staff room or in the library, ready to help weaker students with their revision at the expense of their own revision time.
He will be usually situated in the library, and usually there will be a queue of students actually wanting to consult him. So actually I will wait until maybe like 8 p.m. Then I will approach him and he will actually help us with some, to actually clarify our doubts.
Yi Liang and Shu Yi were glad to help their peers. And not surprisingly, they both emerged as two top students at Innova JC. Shu Yi garnered 4 A's, while Yi Liang 3 A's and a B. But perhaps more importantly, they gained the respect of the students for their selfless contributions to their schoolmates.
From the prelims period, actually we found that many of our schoolmates didn't do very well for their prelims. As such, the principal and the teachers actually encourage us to help one another. As such, there's some motivation for me to actually not to leave my schoolmates behind.
Ultimately, I help people because isn't it very good for the whole school to do well? Then because since our teachers are working so hard, so while we are able to help people, we should also help them, such as compliment the teachers' efforts. Because the teachers are staying until 8, 9 every day for consultation. Then while I have the ability, so why not help other people?
Yi Liang and Shu Yi spent several hours at a time helping their peers prepare for the biggest exam that they have ever taken.
For Yi Liang, usually the top students, they will be not very friendly, and they will be marked at one corner or at home. But for Yi Liang, he's very approachable. He won't actually say that sorry, I'm very busy or whatsoever.
Glenn eventually scored a B for economics and a C for physics, which he is very satisfied with. Angeline Chua is another student who benefited from Yi Liang's help. From barely passing her economics, she clinched a stunning A for the A-levels. She credits her A grade to Yi Liang.
We don't understand the lectures, right? So if you tell us in the same way, we're not going to understand you as well. So he uses a common kind of thing, maybe sometimes changing in Chinese or, so that we can understand it better.
While teaching styles may help students learn better, the patience of a tutor is ultimately the most important factor for a weak student. Janet Ong confesses that she is very slow when it comes to GP. However, Shu Yi, who helps her out in that subject, never complains about her taking too long.
I really appreciate what she did for us, because our GP is not very good, but then she's still willing because I'm very slow in catching up. Then that she teach me patiently, I'm sorry to waste her time, but then teach me until I understand.
A total of 14,280 candidates sat for the examination in 2010. 19.8% achieved at least 3 H2 passes, with a pass in general paper or knowledge and inquiry. This is a slight increase from 2009, where 87.9% out of 14,212 candidates achieved the same results. Meanwhile, Glenn, Angeline, and Janet expressed their heartfelt thanks to Shu Yi and Yi Liang.
Thanks for spending your time with me when A-Level is approaching. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, Yi Liang, thanks a lot for my really good econs grade and my chemistry grade as well. I think these are the 2 A's that I owe a lot to you, especially for econs. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Yi Liang, I really thank you for your help during the study break, and especially you staying back to 9:15 p.m. and help us, and maybe a hug.